Hey guys, it's Chris here with Okanagan Peak Performance, and I managed to connect again with Dr. Peter Osborne, gluten specialist. And we were talking previously a little bit about how grains, that's one of the main problems and trigger foods for people that have intolerances to gluten or problems with that. So we know now again, we've learned that when they want to fatten up the cattle, for example, they're going to use grain. It's that quick way to get the cattle fat. It's a cheap source, but it's going to lead to inflammation, and it's going to put the brakes on a lot of your fat loss efforts. But more recently, we've heard of the different superfoods that are being promoted, and we've been marketed these things as a solution, but one in particular is chia seeds. And I thought we'd go to Dr. Osborne and ask him, what does he think? Are seeds a good alternative to grains, or how does that fall into the category as it relates to weight loss?
Well, all food decisions ultimately are based on the individual. Some people tolerate certain foods better than another. The old adage is one man's food is another man's poison. But if we look at seeds from a common sense perspective, and let's use grain as our example, grain is basically a seed. It's the seed of all grass. So the different types of grasses grow and they sprout seeds, and that's what we make the grain or the grain byproducts from. So if you look at other seeds along the same line and you think about just from a common sense evolutionary perspective, what are seeds designed to do? Seeds are designed to perpetuate their species. So they've developed mechanisms against predation or against being consumed by the human digestion. So one of their mechanisms is to actually inhibit enzyme formation by our intestines. So that in essence, when we eat a seed in massive amounts, inevitably several of them are at least going to come out in our feces and have fertilizer intact so that they can grow. So if we take chia seeds in this example and we say, well, let's just supplement, instead of eating all these other grains, let's just supplement that with this chia superfood, what we're in essence most likely going to induce is another problem that we just haven't studied well enough yet. So I like to look at nutrition more from a common sense perspective than necessarily a double-blind, placebo-controlled scientific study perspective, because common sense goes a long way in nutrition.
Yeah, so maybe it's something that we need to take a little bit more time and wait till some of the research comes in regarding chia seeds or any other new superfoods that's being marketed and pushed towards us. And I guess maybe the take-home message would just be, stick to real foods and stick to more maybe animal-based proteins and that type of thing. And if you're going to use them maybe in moderation, don't make it your sole source for omega-3s or however it's being marketed or pushed towards you. Remember that those seeds and grains, they have a reason to protect themselves and allow themselves to continue as a plant or a grass or whatever it is. And so it's going to inhibit that enzyme function in humans. Might not your best choice.
Absolutely. Well said.
Right on. Excellent. Hey, thanks again for your time. These are excellent. I know they're going to help you guys a lot. And, follow us on OkanaganPeakPerformance.com. We'll send you the links for glutenfreesociety.org.
That's right.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks a lot, you guys.
Awesome.